everybody, this is Realm Jumper 4099, editor for the Freedom Shield Press. And I got an interesting video here. Combo video game and vote with your wallet. That's the topic of today. And remember, as always here in the Freedom Shield Press, we don't play any silly spy games with y'all. We're just a small editorial. We're not official yet, but we got our own little YouTube channel, Realm Jumper 4099. Currently, I'm playing DC Event weekly, and I enjoy it. You can come over to the Discord and join us if you want to check out DC Event. We're a close community, friendly, and we can show you how to play the game. I can show you how to play the game as well. Just get on the Discord server and look for me, Realm Jumper 4099 on Discord. We also have custom games hosted weekly, and it's easier to win on those. But yeah, DC Event does have a high learning curve, especially for solo play. You will lose a lot in the beginning, but it's fun when you win. And unfortunately, as you know, Sweet Bandit shut down, or you may not know, Sweet Bandit shut down, but the game is still, you can still play it, and it's only $20. Also, a lot of new players are in the game, so it's easier to win. Usually on the weekends is when most people play as well. Another game I have on my backlog that I need to finish is Doom from 2016. I originally got it on PS4 and never finished it, but I transferred it over to the PS5 and it runs flawlessly. That is a solid pick. However, just be aware, it does have satanic rituals in the game, like when you're doing the campaign, because it opens hell gates and things like that. It's the NPC, you're not the satanic guy. It's the NPCs that do that. So that if you're not into that kind of thing, because of religion views, things like that, stay away from the game. And in case you're wondering, me personally, I follow Jesus, not the devil. Alright, besides that, another game I am really having a great time with is Majesty 2. If you ever played the original Majesty, it's a stellar game, and you owe it to yourself to play it on Steam or GOG or any other platform you can get it on, or just get Majesty 2. Word of note, if you are playing Majesty 2 on a high-end rig or a medium rig, you need to search how to set your frames per second. I put mine to 60. You have to limit your FPS, otherwise the buildings will take too long to build and you will lose due to this game-breaking bug, which they haven't fixed, but it's okay, you can fix it. For AMD users, use the AMD Radeon thingy Catalyst software. You go into the settings there, and you can put it to limit the frames for the game. You have to launch the game one time though, I think. Or actually, no, you can limit your frames. Well, just go in the options, you'll see. Anyways, besides that, Wildgate was recently released on July 22nd by Dreamhaven and Moonshot, I think. But I mainly play that one on the weekend. I've gotten a handful of wins and it's a fun game. I was in the beta as well. It's a solid game, but the population is dropping fast, at least on Steam. Doesn't count console players though, but a recent patch will hopefully bring more players back. It's only $30 in most storefronts. I do recommend it. I might do a review of it once I get more hours in, but it's basically a PvPvE artifact hunt extraction ship shooter. Try saying that 5 times. It's basically an extraction game with 4 times 5. 5 teams or 4 players. I do recommend it though, so it's definitely a pickup if you've been on the sidelines. Wildgate for shizzles. Pick it up. On mobile, I play Clash Royale and Command & Conquer Rivals. I'm surprised the new Command & Conquer game is taking so long to come out. I can't wait for that. But too bad it's on mobile. I would have preferred PC. But I understand the money's on mobile. And you know EA, they gotta make their money. Besides that, I'm sure you heard Nintendo is catching a lot of flack for the recent price hikes and stopping the games from being on a Japan charity event. Which brings me to my next topic. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to vote with your wallets. As prices keep going up and up and corporations get more greedy with massive layoffs when they have record profits, it's time to vote with your wallet. The best strategy I found when it comes to video games is to wait for a massive discount, and also PC gaming. I don't pirate any software or hardware, and I don't recommend you pirate as the games usually come with viruses, but the best strategy is to wait for a discount. Unless you really are a die-hard fan of the franchise, it's not necessary to buy games from day one. $30 and $40 games being the exception, and maybe a couple of really consumer-friendly games like Expedition 33. Thank you very much to that studio. It's only $50 or less. You can get it on discount now. I think it's on sale for $40. And then it's Fanatical, Green Man Gaming, Epic Games, GOG.com, Steam, and other storefronts that constantly have discounts. So yeah, go with PC. PlayStation Store also has discounts like every week. And Xbox, they got a discount right now as well. So wait for the discounts. Wait for the discounts. Word of caution, use a legitimate key reseller like Green Man Gaming or Fanatical, because third-party storefronts like G2A aren't official retailers for keys. They're third parties, and your mileage might vary, and there's no way to say where the codes came from, how they were acquired, and you can do research on that. There's a lot of videos for those third-party storefronts, so be careful where you spend your money. Besides that, for shopping physical games, something I still do, I recently acquired Super Mario Odyssey after having gifted a kid my copy on the Switch. I am playing Super Smash Brothers, browsing some NES, SNES, and NES games with Nintendo Switch Online, and also I play a little bit of those, and also Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. That one's fun. The Switch is still a solid system, and it's actually got a price hike. However, in economics class, I remember, and I learned when demand goes up, so does the price. So either the demand is high or they just want to make more money. I mean, come on, Nintendo. Cut the consumer a break. You're reckoning the dough. Need to lean back a little bit. Alright, back on point. This also goes for groceries and anything else. If you don't absolutely need it and you're struggling, don't get it. It's not worth it to go in depth just to get something you can get later at a cheaper price. For those of you struggling with job loss, I highly recommend the website www.glassdoor.com. It has helped me find jobs here in the Western Hemisphere, and if you are struggling to find one, try using that. On a minor note, a little Costa Rican news. Unfortunately, Costa Rica sees murders every day, guys, and cops and the special police are cracking down on gangbangers and drug dealers daily. There is a new law that passed, if I'm not mistaken, that anyone involved with assassination will and can face 40 years prison or more. I think that's the maximum, or it's probably more, depending on the severity of the crime. So it's just bad. I mean, if you come here, you'll be safe during the day. Just be careful when you're out at night. Make sure you go in groups. Don't get involved with cartels, and stay safe, y'all. There also is a big case of corruption going about with some of the former congressmen or congressman staff. It's a bit of a hot topic, but I'm sure you can research this on your own. It's on the news every day. This is basically a traffic of influence, this case. It's a big scandal, really, and they haven't treated the prisoner very humanely, or with all of his rights, denying him clean clothes and limiting his lawyer visits. He has some clothes, but he doesn't have as much clothes as he could have. And the lawyer visits are limited for some reason. Like, he's supposed to get more of that according to the rights. It doesn't bode well for human rights, this case, and I think it could have been handled better, but that's just my thoughts. Besides that, I'm going to leave with you these thoughts. The world can always be a better place if we do the little things that count, like being nice to someone, or at least showing respect when respect is given, to give it back. Be careful out there, everyone. Don't jump at 40.99. Signing off.